The state of mind of England's King Henry VIII is a question that has fascinated not only historians for generations, but also people who, in quotation marks, are only interested in the Tudors. In 2023, Canadian professor of English literature Micheline White made a remarkable discovery that provides astonishing insights into the monarch's mind and emotions. She found a prayer book in the Wormsley Library that Henry's last wife, Katherine Parr, had translated into English and given to her husband. The king provided 14 passages of text with so-called Marginalia. Today, we would probably speak of doodles or markings of important passages that were of great personal significance to the reader. They were not primarily intended to be shared with a large audience, but merely to make it possible to find important passages quickly. Henry used two symbols for his markings: a hand with only 4 fingers, indicating the text passage by an outstretched index finger, and 3 dots lined up one below the other. I show some pictures of the markings. Henry was a passionate reader. His private library contained over 2,000 titles. He regularly marked passages of text here in this way. It is therefore possible to attribute White's find to the Tudor king without any doubt. Parr finished translating the book in 1544, so we can be sure that Henry made the markings shortly before his death. He died in 1547. But what did he mark? One passage, for example, reads, "Take away thy plagues from me, for thy punishment hath made me both feeble and faint. For when thou chastised a man for his sins, thou causest him by and by to consume and pine away." This is probably a reference to the leg injury that Henry had been suffering from since 1529, at least White suspects. She thinks that the king found it difficult to understand his suffering, as he was a king by the grace of God. So why was he punished with a rotting leg? The question that always arises when dealing with Henry is, did he regret the executions of his wives Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard? At least one marking can be interpreted in this way. The passage reads, "Turn away thine anger from me, that I may know that thou art more merciful unto me than my sins deserve." In theory, this could still be understood as a universal expression of faith. However, Henry also marked a passage in which a person fears that his sins will lead to God abandoning him. It reads, "O Lord God, forsake me not, although I have done no good in thy sight." It certainly sounds as if the king had a sense of guilt and was afraid that he would have to pay the price after his imminent death. White herself commented that these findings left her speechless. I link to her essay in the description, which is available free of charge. If you want to get a picture of all the markings, you can do this here. I also link to some media reports for viewers who are interested in a more concise summary.